Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to hopefully capitalize on the biggest opportunity in history, and that is this current bull run. Now, I don't always tell you what you want to hear, especially when I review these tokens, which is what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to go through and talk about a handful of projects, of some of the projects I think everyone should take a look at. And I'm also going to get you thinking in a certain way of how you should be comparing projects. Because guys, if you want to be successful, put the odds in your favor. Go with the probabilities, not the hope, not the hype, not the tribalism. So if you're not doing well in this crypto market, and we're a third of the way through it, at least learn from what you've done wrong. Now, this is not financial advice. But guys, it's common sense. If it's not working, change courses. And we've learned a lot, at least I have, in the last year since the markets went from a bear market to the bull market. But here we are now, and what a difference a day makes. I mean, yesterday was all red, today it's all green. So we're going to talk about where we're at in the big picture, what I expect for, say, the next 90 days. And then we're going to go over a handful or two handfuls of projects. Hit that like button. All right. The bond market is bouncing after yesterday. It was down hard yesterday because of the carry trade. Normally there's an inverse relationship. You want to see bonds down, that rallies the stock market. Just like a weak dollar rallies the stock market and Bitcoin, but everything was down yesterday, but it's getting back to equilibrium. That's what we want to see. The dollar's bouncing. Normally that's not what we want, but that's what we want short term. The S&P up 2%, positive. The Dow up almost 2%. That's very positive. And even the Japan stock market, the Nikkei, is right at positive. Hold on. When I checked it, hold on. Well, it's not popping up. Oh, okay. Here we go. Sorry. It's down only 0.003. So it's right at break even. If you look at the chart, had a really good bounce. That's positive. Now, guys, we've got to talk about the big picture again. I'm always harping on that. But if you don't understand where we are in the world or who you're competing against and how things work, it's hard to zoom in and make good decisions. Yesterday, $6.7 trillion disappeared from the global markets. That's a ton of money. And a lot of people are worried about that. Well, here's what I want to tell you when it comes to that. Money doesn't disappear, it just relocates. So, just like that carry trade was a massive trade and it helped pump the markets, the global markets, well, they're unwinding that. But here's what I know from working with Bear Stearns and being around a lot of wealthy people in my life is big money, smart money, global money doesn't want to sit silent. They're losing money every single day. You go park $10 billion, you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars probably a day because of the Fed devaluating our currency. That's how it works. So they always want to put that money to work. So it may sit on the side for a week, a month, I don't know. But they are looking for a place to put it. And right now, it's probably risk off. Well, I know it's risk off. So there's only, a handful of stocks people are probably looking at. The bond market is getting stronger. Some people might want to still go back in the bond market. I think that's what we need. It will be short-term positive. But as bullish as I am long-term, I don't believe that we're going to get a V-shaped bounce. I put on a lot of positions last night, and I closed a lot of positions this morning with profits. I was using leverage, and everything looks good as we speak, obviously. But I don't think, again, that it's going to be V-shaped. I think, we may have a day or two, may not even make it through the day, where we get a bounce. A lot of people were shorting and they're covering. And I think we're just going to probably trade in a range to down probably through the election. Now, you've probably heard me say this. If number 45 wins that election, it's off to the races, guys. I will not be able to be more bullish. We will have an altcoin season. We will have a crypto market like we've never seen. The stock market's going to hit new highs. Real estate will start pumping. Antiques, all asset classes will absolutely rip. So for me, there's only two things that could happen. We could have a black swan, or if the current administration's wins this election, it's game over. I'm out. Probably be the shortest bull run ever, and we may not have an altcoin season. That's not getting political, but that's a fact. Anyway, let's talk about some of the projects that I think everyone should look at, and I want you to think about how it relates to your project. And if it triggers you, or you want to get all in your feelings, that means you need to pay attention the most. Because the odds are, if whatever I say triggers you, you're probably losing the most money of everyone watching this. And you can either keep going with that mentality and be tribal or whatever got you there, or you can, educate yourself and hopefully get in the top 10% that lose or make money. Because 90% of everyone watching this is going to lose money in crypto. All right, let's take a look. Guys, you want to look for strength, right? Why would you want to play the odds or the probabilities of any project that is not winning, right? Like, think about it, guys. Yes, anything can happen, but that's how you want to invest? Hopefully, or maybe, or anything's possible. Well, that's not investing. Go to Vegas. But here's the thing, guys. You want to look at, first of all, especially right now, you've seen how brutal crypto can be. Only the smart money and the smart people are going to make money. Yeah, 0.001% are going to be absolutely lucky. But guys, the big boys are here. Wall Street's here. The smart people, the whales, they're all here. And it's man to man. Everyone wants their piece of the pie. And so when you don't take profits, you're their liquidity. Retail, basically across the board, whether it's Wall Street or anything, right? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, you name it, especially in crypto, retail is just liquidity. That's all they are, because they're not well informed. They don't have the insider information. They listen to each other, and there's no tribe out there outside of maybe the Bitcoin maxis that are making any money. Tribes get wrecked, and I personally love tribes because they guarantee your liquidity. Anyway, I know I'm rambling, but bear with me. Look at what this tells you. Notcoin. It's up 33% in a day. Take a look at it. AIOZ, one of my biggest bags, up 30% in a day. It's a good bounce. Akash, up 24%. Kaspa, up 12%. VET, 8%. Link, well, actually, I'm not into VET. Link, up 12%. Now, when you click on one of these projects, guys, what you want is for it to at least have outperformed Bitcoin. I mean, think about it. If you own projects that haven't outperformed Bitcoin at least during the bull run, why would you own it? It doesn't make sense. Now let's look at Render. Great project. It's up 194% for the year. It's double the performance of Bitcoin. Well, if it was strong in the bear market and in the tough side of this bull market, then what do you think is going to happen during altcoin season, right? Look at AIOZ. Now, this is AIOZ's first bull run, but it's 100x Bitcoin, right? Not in altcoin season. How do you think it's going to do? Right? Then you can go over to, like, say, a XLM, and this is where the whining starts. Now I want you to think about it. If you bought Bitcoin at the first of the year, you're up 100. You've doubled your money, doubled, January 1 to now. If you bought XLM, you're down 33%. So if you put $10,000, you can have 20,000 or 7. Now, when the bull run heats up and it becomes altcoin season, why would you think that this performer, for instance, is got even remotely the chance to outperform this one? Now, yes, because it is a smaller, well, actually, that was not a smaller market cap, but because it's been beat down, it might have more room to run, but there's no indication that it's even going to run. And no matter what, why would it outrun? Why would it come from the behind and outperform the winners like AIOZ and RNDR, right? Guys, jump on the winning horses. Pith, another great project. It doesn't show what it was doing for the year, but I know it's up for the year. Beam, and even though Beam is, again, I don't know what that has either for whatever reason, but Beam absolutely ripped. Go take a look. Now, if you want to go out on the risk curve, right? Here's one method I use. I go out to, like, this is outside the 100 to 200. And I look around and I go, which projects have the team and the tokenomics and the hype that, in my opinion, should be in the top 100, right? It's a little more risky, but they may run, and I believe that because, they are lower market cap, that they might outperform. So get the best of the best outside the top 100, top 200, 300. So when I go here, I look at Axelar. Axelar is a money maker. It makes a ton of money. See, that's one problem with crypto. And people don't understand, oh, this and that is happening. I hear it all the time, especially in the tribes out there. And you go, your blockchain can't support itself. Yeah, but it's got the best tech, or it's got these partnerships. Well, guys, it has billion-dollar valuation. It has to do that. But when it comes down to it, you're not going to be around, guys, if you can't support yourself. And most of these projects, like 99% of them, are not on track to even remotely be able to scale just to support its ecosystem without help. Forget making money, or forget staking that makes other people money. You got to think about that. Super. I personally, and full disclosure, one of my biggest bags, guys, I believe it's going to be a top 100 project. And I believe that when gaming heats up, that's going to be the token to do it. Also, Pendle, phenomenal project. And when you get into real world assets and that narrative heats up, great project. Now, all of those guys are up a couple of 100% for the year. So they're all outperforming Bitcoin. So think about probability-wise. Why would you not want? Let's look at Prime, another great project. Prime has doubled what Bitcoin has doubled in this bull run. So when altcoin season gets here, guys, it should do extremely well. So again, and I'm not ragging on XLM or any other project, but why would you want to buy a token that hasn't made a new high in 7 years? Or why would you want to buy a token that can't even keep up with Bitcoin? It's funny how most of these tribes are like, oh, Bitcoin's bad tech, it's old, it's stupid, it's useless. Well, guys, it's called best investment. Who cares even if that's true? And if that's true, why is your token not even be able to outperform it? And your token has 3 times the risk. Now, let's zoom out between 200 and 300 and see if we find a couple more. And again, guys, the risk gets more, but I really believe some of these could take off and get in the top 100 because, you know, crypto pretty much runs together, right? And so what we want to think about is, you know, once everything takes off, if it's real world assets or if it's DeFi or if it's gaming or whatever, which ones are going to outperform with less risk? So when I get out of into the top 200 or 300 tokens, OXO, I truly believe deserves to be and should be a top 100 token. Um, I saw another one. Which one was it? Here you go. What is that? Centrifuge. Did I say that right? Yeah, Centrifuge. Real world assets. It's only up 16% for the year, but it's a brand new project and it has some hype. It has that sexy narrative. I think it'd do good. PAO. PAO could easily get in the top 100, in my opinion. Now, again, the risk is going out more. Let me see if nothing else pops off. If we look outside of that, between the top 300 and 400 tokens, let's see if there's one that might have the wherewithal to get into the top 100. Yeah, I mean, there's a meme coin or two, like maybe Myro, but I don't want to talk about those. Uh, GPU. Let's see what that has. It doesn't have my yearly. GPU's hanging pretty strong. I don't know if it can get all the way to the top 100. All right, let's look in the top 4 to 500, and then we'll close this out. Yeah, I don't. IXS might not make it to the top 100, but it definitely could. And I tell you another project that AI Tech. I mean, guys, it's a new project, and it's held up pretty decent. I mean, it's only down 23% for the month. I really believe AI Tech, and it's in the top, outside of the top 100, in the top 4 to 500. That might be one to take a look at. Let's see here. I'm going to look at one more. Bear with me. This is outside of the top 500 to 600. So, DGen. Yeah. I don't see anything that grabs me. I want to mention one other project that I really think is going to do well that I didn't, and I don't see it, but Destra. I think Destra is definitely a project to take a look at. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And look, I know people, get tribal, but guys, it just doesn't make sense. Hopefully you're here for the money. Look at Injective. Injective led the bear market, Injective and Render, right, for a long, long time. And it's still up 105%, about equal to Bitcoin. But it outperformed Bitcoin literally for months and months when everything else was dead. So that being said, if you got dry powder, why wouldn't you buy something like that or like TAO? It's 3x Bitcoin, right? Compared to, say, buying Algo. Algorand's up 4% for the year. 4%. So if you put in $10,000, you got 10,000. What? $10,400. Think about that, guys. You doubled your money if it was in Bitcoin. You've quadrupled it in many, many projects. So I'm not ragging on those projects, but guys, why would a Algo or XLM or something like that, why would it take off and be a front runner, right? It cracks me up how many big influencers, countless big influencers, have said XRP is going to lead this bull run. And I don't even think it's positive for the year. So now I'm looking to stack more XRP here shortly for a swing trade and sell it for the announcement. So, I mean, I trade XRP all the time. I love it as a token to trade. It has phenomenal liquidity. It has the community that doesn't want to sell, right? And then it has Ripple that dumps on it all the time. So my method that's been extremely positive is anytime XRP starts to pump, I short it. When I know Ripple's going to dump, which they do every month, over 200 million tokens, I short it. And then when it gets beat down to like where it's at right now, guys, this is a no-brainer. I've already made this trade. This is deja vu, right? I bought XRP back in the day for a swing trade, which ended up being way too long. I know I'm rambling, but bear with me. I stacked it between 20 and 25. I sold it around 80. The day of the announcement, I sold like 85% of my project. It was a 3.5x trade. The same opportunity right now. I think the downside, probably the worst part would be $1. You double your money. So if you buy XRP at 50 cents, the day of that announcement, unload it. All of it. No reason to stick around. And it could rally higher than $1. It could go to 150. Heck, it could go to 250. But personally, I think it'd be somewhere around $1, $1.25. I don't know. But I don't care because I definitely feel no matter what, we know that it's going to be 100% official that XRP is not a currency, a security. So it's going to pump. So even if it's a bad trade, you buy it at 50 cents and it pumps to 65. Okay, all good. Take your profits, move on down the road. Because guys, I'm telling you, go back and study history, whether it's XRP or any chart. Buy the rumor, sell the news. It's already baked in the cake. The smart money, the big money. You see the volume of XRP. Those are the whales. And the whales knows liquidity's coming. You're the liquidity. I'm not liquidity. If you take my money, you earned it, right? I'm not just going to hold it and leave it there for you and let it drop, let my account pump and then let it drop. No, I'm going to take that money. And when Ripple starts to dump, and this is across the board, whether it's XRP or AIOZ or anything, Solana, no matter what, guys, they're all coming back. Every one of them. Bitcoin might be a different story, but Ethereum, Solana, XRP, HBAR, AIOZ, DOT, Render, Injective, Singularity Net, it doesn't matter. When the bull run's over, they're all coming back. So take profits or you'll become the prophets. Anyway, guys, hopefully that educated you a little bit. Look, chill out. Don't get in your feelings. This is go time. Every day that passes, every day we get closer to altcoin season. And there's phenomenal opportunities. So I want you to think about something, guys. I'll just pick one. AIOZ. If you were bullish like I was on AIOZ, right? And you were willing to buy it at 50 cents, 60 cents, and it fell all the way down to 34 cents. Why would you not stack more? Now, this only works, in my opinion, of tokens that have made money, right? Why would you stack more of a loser, right? Why would you do that? That makes no sense. We're in a bull market. That means tokens should have kicked off in a big way, at least a little bit, like, 100%. Every token. I get a lot of hype, a lot of people hype on me about, or harp on me about HBAR. I stacked HBAR at 4 and 5 cents. I've been disappointed, but guys, it went up to like 17 cents. And I didn't take profits. I'm still kicking myself. And it wasn't that I wasn't going to. I would have took out my initial investment and then a big handful. I just missed it. It happened so fast. But I'm still bullish, but guess what? I'm not stacking more HBAR. It's underperformed. No matter how much I love it, right? I'm going to stack the ones that have been feeding me. AIOZ, Super, projects like that. Why would I buy and stack the projects that haven't performed the best for me? That's the way it works, guys. Take profits. Super. I made a good upside in super, and guys, I took a handful. I took another handful. I took another handful. Next thing you know, I didn't have much left, so I said, you know what? This is a good position. This has been great. So I went ahead and covered the entire bag. And guys, I'm not exaggerating. It did like a 3.5x that started like 10 minutes after I sold. It did like a 3.5x. I missed all that. But guys, I'd already stacked way more than a 3.5x. But guess what? I bought it back almost where I initially bought the first one. Do you see how that works? But here's the difference, guys. Even if I don't make another penny in super for the bull run, it's been it's a win. See, guys, you don't just hold on and hodl and watch your money explode and not take profits. Every single person that's been successful in crypto took profits. You got to take profits, and then you'll always have dry powder. Because, guys, the odds are, even if we rally and do have a V-shaped recovery right now, the odds of us going all the way into altcoin season from here without another 20% pullback or worse is virtually impossible. Yeah, I did a video, I don't know, over a year ago, and I predicted 9. That was just a guess, educated guess, but I predicted like 9 substantial pullbacks in the bull run. And we're already on number 3 or 4, depending on how big a pullback you think we've had. So, guys, I have no doubt between now and, say, the end of 2025, we're going to have 3 to 5 more ass kickings. Period. And here's the problem for you guys that don't want to sell. We don't know when that last one is, because there will be a last one for every bull run, or at least this bull run, right? So we're going to wake up one morning, everything's down, 27%, and you're thinking it's just another dip. Maybe you should buy it. No, it's the last dip. Next morning it's going to be 14%, next day 9%. Next thing you're down 50, 60%. Chaos is happening, can't get down. You start the praying part, right? The fees for Ethereum start getting out. You can't get liquidated. You get bad feels, right? And next thing you know, you walk away with 30%. You started with 10,000. You watch it go to say 40,000, and now you're back out, and you got 17,000. You got 13,000, and unfortunately, a lot of people are going to end up with 3,000. It's not the way to go, guys. You play the downside. Don't let anyone tell you to play the upside. Smart money, use the rule, don't lose money, which is virtually impossible to not have at least a few positions that go against you. It's virtually impossible in crypto. But, guys, play the downside. So every time you take a handful, that's money that you've made, right? That is money you've made. That's money you can redeploy, or that's money you can put on the side. Anyway, guys, I know I'm rambling. I get going on my high horse. But, guys, I do one-on-one coaching. It's only $250 for 3 Zoom or phone calls. And look, if you need some help getting a game plan or taking profits, hey, reach out. We'll have a conversation, and I think we can get you on the right track. But whether you take me up on that or not, do yourself a favor. Take profits or become the profits. Don't be exit liquidity. 90% of all people that trade crypto are going to lose money. 10% are going to do extremely well, and 5% are going to make life-changing gains. All right, guys, let's get you in that top 10%. Hit that like button. Share with like-minded people. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But either way, come back and be part of this community. Subscribe. Take care.